Hi, I'm Jason and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to set up your very own chat room server on your PC. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're on Mac or Windows or Linux or even Android, the application I'm going to show you works across all of those and it looks pretty much identical on every single operating system. And that application is called Discord. So the first thing we need to do is go and get it. And the way we do it is we just simply open up the browser and search for Discord. And we can see here we've got discordapp.com. So click on the link. And what you'll be presented with are two options. One of them is to download the actual app to your computer. And in my case, it sees that I'm on a Linux computer, so it gives me the option for a download of the app to Linux. And the other button there is Open Discord, so we can actually run Discord from the web browser, so we don't have to download the app if we don't want to. I've chosen to download it because I like the app on my computer, so I've already done that. So I'm just going to close that now, and I'll go and find it. There it is. Let it fire up. And then what you get presented with is a really nice graphical user interface, really. I think Discord looks lovely. So here it says welcome back, put your email or password in if you've already got an account, that is. If, however, you haven't got an account, you go to the bottom here where it says need an account, register. So let's click on that and it's going to want some details from you. So let's put in a email. Let me use something I haven't used before. Let's put that in as our email, our username, let's call it Super P or something, and a password. And I have read and agree, yada, 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 and continue. Oh, this email is already registered. All right, let's try something else. How about that? Great. Am I a robot? No, I'm not. Then you get presented with boxes like this, which can be a little bit annoying. So select the squares that it wants you to select. Fire hydrants. Okay. So now we're presented with either a creation of a Discord server or to join an existing one. Well, we're going to create our own one, so I'm going to click create. And now it wants a server name. What do we want to call it? Well, I'm going to call it that. And it should pick up the region where you are. If it doesn't, you can click change and then choose one of the regions here. But I'm happy to stay where it thinks I am. And also in this box here, or rather a circle, not a box, we can change the icon which will represent our server. So if I click on it, and I've got something in my pictures here, so let's just use that image. So that's what's going to be indicated by my server. So let's just create. So now it prompts you to invite friends to the Super Pertinax server. And what it shows here is a link that you can literally copy and paste to an email and, you know, just fire it off to all your friends and say, this is my new Discord server. And if they haven't got Discord, it will then take them through the relevant steps in order to get it downloaded and logged in and registered and stuff like that. If they have already got a Discord server, then it will just literally add your server to their list so that they can see your server. Do bear in mind though that your invite link expires in 1 day unless you click this button to say that this link never expires, just in case you decide I'm going to keep note of that, and it might not be next week until I send it off to some other friends that may be on holiday or whatever. So that's that. So then we're presented with this GUI interface, and you'll notice that around it you'll see various glowing icons, and when you click on them it gives you information on what each thing does, and you can just say skip all these tips or say okay, I understand, I got that now. Same for this one here. This one's flashing. Explore your server. Okay, yeah, I got it. This one down here is the actual message bar that you'd use to text and type in a message to somebody. So there it's showing you what that is. So those are all the general things that you're going to expect to see when you first log in. Now, what you will see is that it automatically creates a general voice channel or chat room. And inside you will have the user that you created, and in my case it was Super P. So this is our user. Now what you can do, instead of firing off those emails with that link to people to invite them, you can also come up here and say invite people, and again it gives you that link. And you can also click on this create instant invite, which brings up the same thing. So let's invite somebody in. So, okay, I am going to open up my email, and I am going to fire off this link, my new Discord server, and we'll send that to that address there. So off the request goes. Let's just minimize that a second. So obviously at the other end, the person will receive an email in their inbox, and it will give them that link, and then they can literally click the link, and eventually they will accept the invite. What you will notice is at the top there, it says, please check your email and follow the instructions to verify your account. So let's do that. So the email address that I created just for the purpose of this video was, no, that wasn't the right password. Nothing like being prepared, is there? Would help if I put the right email address in there, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's go in here. There's our verify email address for Discord. So I'm going to click here and say verify email. Again, I'm not a robot. Continue to Discord. Wonderful. Let's just close that down. So that message is now gone. Now, in the meantime, I've sent off a request to a user. And we can see that that user has just popped up at the bottom of the screen there and said hello. So we can reply, hello, back at you. Now the good thing about Discord is that you are also able to drag and drop files, pictures, all sorts of things like that. So for example, when you're in the middle of a chat, you can literally drag and drop to your friends, add a comment, upload, and they get the pictures and stuff like that. So, you know, it is very similar to something like Skype. The other thing, of course, you can do is set up specific chat rooms for voice or just text. So, for example, we've got this general chat room going here, and it's got the little speaker icon next to it, which means that if I wanted to, that I could literally call the person that I'm chatting to, or I might decide to create a new channel and just have a text channel and call this Super P text or something like that. And then what that would do is once I click on create instant invite, it will create a different link to somebody that you may decide I want to give them access to my server, but I don't want them to have voice access. I just want them to have text access. So, you know, there's a bit of flexibility there. You can have voice channels or just text channels. I can right click or click on the person that has joined the chat room, and I can add some notes. I can add a role, and the way we add roles is, let's say if this particular chap here was somebody that I wanted to be a moderator on this channel, then what I could do is go up to my server icon here, down to server settings, and then roles. And then what we have here is we can create specific roles. So as we can see here, the everyone is automatically selected. And we've got all these different role settings. So down here, as we scroll down, we've got general permissions, administrator. Well, obviously everyone, I don't want that to be switched on for everybody. So you can see where this is going. There's quite a lot of different things. But if, for example, I wanted to create a new role, so up here I can just click plus, and then we've got new role here. And we can type in the name of the role. So we call it a moderator. And if we wanted to give that role a particular color, so that if we saw that person's name come up in any one of these colors, we can distinguish, you know, what they are. So let's say I did that in red. So the moderator, whoever we assigned in the moderator role, would show up in red. And if I save changes, and then obviously you can come down here and say, well, what does a moderator do? Well, let's think. Manage messages, mention everybody, blah, 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 deafen members, move members. So let's say, I don't know, I want moderators to be able to kick members or ban members, or even manage roles. So I could say OK to that. Now we can click escape up here, go back. And again, I could just right click on the person that is now a member of my team. And I can come all the way down to roles, and we can see that the role we've created there is the moderator. So if I tick that box, instantly now he is a moderator. And what will happen is at the other end, he will notice that his name switches to red, and other people that log in will see that person as red, as the moderator. So the other things you can do when you right click on a person is look at their profile, and you can look at various user info. You can even, you know, click to add a note on that particular user. So if you said this is my best friend or something like that, and you can see the mutual servers that you're on, mutual friends that you may have in common, and you can send a friend request again. The other thing you might have noticed is when I speak, you can see the Super P user down in the left column there. That glows green at my voice. So if I talk and then go quiet, you can see that I'm actually emanating my voice through this chat room right now. Further down underneath my name, you can actually see that my voice is connected. So I am actually live speaking to the person that has joined my chat room. If I wanted to, I can just disconnect, and then it disconnects me from that particular person, but not from the chat room. They can still carry on texting me and stuff like that. Now, if the person at the other end can't hear me for whatever reason, it's probably because they're not in the voice channel. So on the general voice channel here, they would need to click general, and instantly it will then establish a voice connection. So if I go to the other user now and do the same thing, we can now see that we have two people in the same chat room. and I'm going to have to come back out of it because it's going to cause feedback, because believe it or not, the other person in the chat room is actually me as well. So let's just disconnect that one. So as you can see, there are a lot of features and a lot of benefits from using this free tool. It's not very resource hungry. I certainly favour it over a lot of the other ones that I've been using in the past. I've stayed away from it because generally it's been for gamers, and I just thought it would come with all of that problem. But the good thing about it is by creating your own server, you are almost isolated and private. So you can set the server up in a private mode. So it's only those that you send the invites out to that are able to join. If you was to leave it as a public server, then you could end up with all sorts of people on this server. And what I mean by private is if we were to right click on our server, we can go down to create a category, and then we can create a private category. So by making a category private, all lock channels within it will inherit the permission. So if I just said, I don't know, private Super P, who can access this channel? So if I'd had many more roles listed, then these would appear here and I could switch them on or off. So if I just said, yes, I'm going to make this private category and all moderators are allowed in it only. And we can see here we've got the private Super P. And I can set this to text or voice. So if I wanted to have a private voice, I could say VIP only. So this is a voice channel for VIP only, and it's private, and the moderator's allowed. So under here, our category, we've got a VIP only, which is for voice. And again, I could create another one for text. Private text. Make that private. So there you go. Loads of things to play with, loads of buttons to click and have a look at and see what they do. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Thanks for watching.